Hello lovely people, I welcome you to the Builder's Guide channel. Our topic for today is, with appropriate planning, even the average person can build. This topic will show us the step-by-step guide to building a house from foundation to the roof. We'll also learn about some financial planning tips to apply in order to effectively build. May I request you to subscribe to our channel to receive our weekly update. Shall we begin, please? Everything is achievable if we start off correctly. Thus, certainly with the proper mindset and dedication, even the average individual can build. Whether it's the house of your dreams or your first home, construction may be a challenging and a drawn-out process, but they can overcome it with careful preparation. Furthermore, it will be feasible with the appropriate planning and preparedness. Once you make up your mind, as long as you have the necessary resources, no matter how small, the authorized building plan, your availability, the right personnel, and the correct mindset, you can move forward. However, given the current state of the global economy, it appears to be a challenging road to undertake, making it an unappealing topic to discuss. Thus, let's be reassured that life will go on and that renting, especially in Ghana, is an equally stressful alternative. No matter what, of course, not everyone would be able to build. This is particularly true for those with unique situations involving their ownership of a willed property or those facing hard economic realities. Especially if the structure is in the middle of town, owners of bequest homes or properties could decide to use their money for other more worthwhile endeavors, or they might just lose interest in constructing again. This presentation seeks to encourage everyone who wishes to build and bring to bear the major pertinent issues that an average person would need to know even before taking a decision to build. Now, let's begin with what we need to know before commencing to build. Building a house from scratch isn't the same as buying an already built home. When building on your own, every aspect of the project, including the location, size of the land, design, shape, style, and color, must be planned out in advance. Building requires careful planning, which is essential. Before starting to develop, some people spend a long time with the planning process. They take into consideration acquiring suitable land at a good location, engage qualified architects or engineers to work on the building plan or drawings, engage the right personnel, do the budgeting before engaging experienced contractors or masons to commence the work. The best houses have every aspect planned out before any field work is done. This level of detail is undoubtedly excessive for the average person looking to build a home, but everyone can benefit from some degree of planning. The building engineers will tell you that there's more to building a home than just telling them you want 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. The style, layout, soil, materials, and many other details are required. There are a few things to be aware of if you want the procedure to go well. Let's look at the following tips. First, you will list your primary goals. The key to building a house is identifying objectives and taking the necessary steps to accomplish them. Making a list of the key features you desire in a home is the first step in the planning process. In a broad sense, this is the planning stage. Considerations for the finishes and the colors should wait. At this point, your plan sketch should cover the main features such as the number of bedrooms and bathrooms, the basic layout of the house, the number of floors, and whether or not a dining area is required. Determine the house's principal rooms. In the words of our elders in Akan, "Edan yesi wodem ansa yedie." The architects and other designers will use this as a reference while creating the designs. Secondly, budgeting is key. The budget is another essential component of this planning stage. Unlike what we often do when we start constructing a house, which is to hire a mason, usually through recommendations from friends, and immediately get started, only to run into problems along the way or have to make many adjustments to the plan due to a lack of preparation and inexperienced building personnel. This is quite time consuming and expensive because more materials may occasionally need to be purchased. The budget phase is all about striking a balance between your desired house and your financial constraints. To guarantee uninterrupted employment, contractors often desire steady cash inflows, so you can request estimate for the various stages so you remit funds based on the various stages. It is crucial to have a rough estimate of the amount you would like to spend on the project. Before you begin construction, qualified building engineers may assist you with your quantity calculations. Naturally, keeping in mind the tight deadlines for the deliverables due to inflationary pressures. Even if you don't initially have the financial resources, having an understanding of the scope of work and the accompanying costs can help you budget and plan well in advance. If the different processes take a lengthy break, the estimate might need to be reassessed, but it is usually preferable to not know ahead of time. Additionally, keep in mind that there are additional upfront costs such as the cost of land and the building design, permits, and other site costs, including digging fee, which is illegal payment, which is taken by the youth of the area in many parts of the country. This, however, has nothing to do with the main estimate or cost of the building and must be taken into consideration. The next point is negotiate effectively. It is always good to negotiate well right from the beginning of the project. Try to take quotes from at least more than one contractor and all subcontractors. Consult with friends who have already built, as well as fellow construction engineers who can offer guidance. Taking different quotations from contractors will help you to negotiate properly. You do all these taking into consideration the quality of work, but too much cutting down would result in poor work or the contractor walking away from the work. Some would also at first concur and ask for further finance. It is important to correctly negotiate the cost of labor as well. If you are a homeowner, some contractors will almost always offer you a higher price because you might not be skilled or experienced. However, care must be taken here as well, so you don't find the contractor or mason bolting and abandoning workers at site who may in turn rather demand payment from you, the homeowner. It is always best to engage qualified and experienced workers to avoid your project being stalled because of bad negotiation. Sometimes cheap things are rather expensive. The next point is obtaining credit. I would suggest that we weigh the pros and cons of taking a loan versus trying to generate the funds on our own, taking into account all other relevant economic factors like inflation, exchange rate volatility, and so on. Once you qualify, I would propose taking a loan if you compare and the cost is lower. Banks offer loans at different rates to minimize cost. Review all the fine print, including the pre-disbursement fees, monthly repayment, tenor, insurance, and so on. This loan might not necessarily be a mortgage loan, but if you however qualify based on your income and other financial factors, why not? Do all the analysis or get all the necessary advice to help you in making a good decision. Now let's look at other budgeting tips. We can consider the following budget tips when planning to build a house. Number 1, avoid taking on more debt than you can manage, either through excessive building or bank borrowing. Construct 2 or 3 bedrooms if that's all you can afford right now. If you want extra rooms, just plan for expansions. Number 2, plan for unforeseen expenses. The expert will advise you to budget between 5 to 10% for contingencies. I'll pause here and continue with the part 2 of this same topic in our next episode. Thank you so much for watching. Kindly give us a thumbs up if you like what you just watched. See you in our next video. Bye.